Hello everybody, welcome back with a new update, which means new cars, new adventures, and finally, new places to explore. But 2020 has been such a tumultuous year, I've forgotten what we've been up to. And our adventure begins here, just off the coast of Colombia, right at the equator. It's about 120 degrees in the shade, hence the t-shirts. But more to the point, I am in a 1945 Winky, made by Vapid. Well, I say that. It was actually made by pretty much any automaker in the 1940s, because this was made for World War II, and they made a million of the things. Basically, if you had a car factory, you were building this. And it was very, very good. It's cheap to make, it's ruggedly dependable, it's incredibly practical, everything is perfectly flat to store stuff on, there are no curves of any kind. And while you are a bit exposed for combat, I will admit I'm about to fall out, that's not really its purpose. Its purpose isn't to be on the front line, it's to get there. And it is very, very good at that. It's, again, not the fastest. It has a top speed of about 70 flat out. This is flat out right now, and it's not very quick. But it is a true working class, workman, World War winning hero that we used up till the 1960s, this thing. However, even in the 1960s, it was beginning to show its age. And one would think with the incredible might of the American military, our replacement for such a legendary, heroic vehicle would be a spectacular tour de force of innovation, reliability, and toughness. But instead, we got this. What you're looking at here is the Canis Mesa. It's based off an SUV, my favorite vehicle class on Earth. It is four-wheel drive, but unlike the original Winky, it is nowhere near as practical. It's got curvy fenders, so you can't store anything on them. It's faster for sure, but it's not as reliable. And since it has a roof over the back, it has a storage space of approximately 25% than the original. But hey, it can at least go on the bumps. It's not like the original could go on the bumps at all. This is a lovely place to be. Completely lovely. And just to prove my point on how useless this vehicle is, I'm going to do what's called a live fire demonstration. You see, this is supposed to be both for combat and behind the scenes, so to see just how useful it is in combat, I'm going to do a very scientific test of shooting it. Now, we are on a military base here, so we have to be careful and respectful of their exercises, which is why I'm being very careful with my choice of weapon. You see, if we're going against China or Russia or Iran, they're not going to be using a 9mm handgun, no. So, let's see how this thing does. Power it up. I've done a bad thing. That was not the power up button. Oh god, they're very angry. There, you see? My point has been proven. It's not as tough as you would expect for being in the combat zone, and I've made them very angry. I need to get out of here. However, now they have a new vehicle. And from every angle, and from every view, it looks like a return to form of the classic military transports of old. There is one thing that I can't get over, because yes, it looks very tough, it's very angry, very in-your-face 80s American. But there is one thing I can't get over. It's called the Squaddie. But since the Squaddie is a more open-top, trunk pickup, almost, of the military world, I have to see how it fares. And well, yes, I am on this runway, and it's not really supposed to be for top speed, given the aerodynamics of a barn. If you're going to transport supplies in the back to a combat zone, you have to get there quickly, so your troops do not get overrun. So, that's all the excuse that I need, okay? And the four-wheel drive is unleashed! Diesel straight 6, that's 50, wow. 60, okay. 65. That, I know it's all-wheel drive, but damn! That's faster than I thought. That is 80 miles an hour. We're heading up to 85. I'm still looking at the speed of 86. Plane. Okay. That is faster than I thought. That's brilliant. Well, you're certainly not gonna miss your supplies when you need them most. Especially when you're fighting off the beaten trail. You see, like the original Winky from the days of old, this thing has a very long track width. The wheels are very close to the front and back end, which means the approach and departure angles are absurd. Then you have the 25 inches of suspension travel, 2 feet. 2 feet of suspension travel. That is absurd. That's more than you get on most off-roaders. This thing weighs 3 tons and is just sprinting up these hills. That is what you get with a diesel engine, all-wheel drive, and, well, in this case, no weight over the back. It's brilliant on this terrain. How did they make something so heavy, so good? And just like the war winners of old, this seems to be a return to form in the color scheme department as well. They're currently offered in 2 factory colors. Camo for the desert, and camo for the jungle. Because that's all you need. You don't need any fancy yellow vehicles, or beige with brown highlights. You just need simple, single monotone paints that'll blend in nicely as you do. So to finish this off, and to see just how truly great this is as a supply runner, that is the tallest peak on the island. And I'm basically at sea level. And we're gonna see how hard it is to drive up it. Okay, suspension articulation doing well. The torque is getting us nice and up here. Ooh, it's a bit wide. Not gonna lie, it's a bit wide going through this jungle, but I can just about manage it. That's a bit tight, though. Nice and slow. Not nice and slow for this, so that's a cliff! Power! That's not power, that is torque. That is pure raw torque. Look at that. That is spectacular. We're already at the top. That is an incredible vehicle. Finally, the US military has a transport vehicle that we can count on. It has enough storage space in the back to fit a small car. It can go up any mountain it damn well pleases, and if it's on flat ground, it can hit almost 90 miles an hour. This is brilliant, and it's really what our armed forces deserve right now.